Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Philip. And Fishapa. I see a lot of faces I missed. I haven't seen in ages. Looking at you guys, looking all strong and healthy. Good posture. Sit up tall. Sit up tall. Good, good. Excellent. Thank you for taking a few moments out to join me for this workshop. My goal is to change and save your life today. And if you'll give me your full attention, I can assure you this is the most advanced strategy for setting goals and achieving goals you've ever heard. If you disagree, at the end of this presentation, I'd like for you to raise your hand. I am assuring you that today alone is worth your entire investment in your year's care plan at my centers. Did you hear me? Yes. Raise your hand if you would like that much value out of your care plan. Good. Awesome. Well, that's what I assure you. If you only follow what I'm going to share with you today, I can assure you 2014 will be a lovely year for you. When it comes to your goals, when it comes to you progressing, don't start thinking you're too old or too stuck in your ways or your family won't let you grow. All that is nonsense. I'm going to show you a simple formula today. It will take you doing the work. This is not a retreat. We don't have 3 days. I would normally take people through 3 days of helping them work through this and work through this and work through this so they can establish a map and a game plan for their lives. Today, I'm cutting straight to the point. I'm going to give you the exact instructions. You will need to try to write them down as fast as you can. I'm going to be done within 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, Dr. Brown will start adjusting people. I'm going to hang around and take questions. But there's only 30 minutes, and I'm telling you, this is a lot of information. I have a radio show I do every Monday on Live FM. It starts at 9 o'clock a.m. in the morning. If you would like to learn more about how to improve, extend, and save lives beyond your health, you should probably tune into that. If you 91.9 FM, 91.9 FM, that's Live FM. I'm sure many of you have heard us on Joy FM. Joy will have us in February. You'll hear a lot of us on Joy FM, and I think we're on City FM, I think even next week. And Viasat this week, right? Viasat on Friday or something of that sort. So I am on a mission. You see, I don't know if you remember, but I found myself dying only at the age of 19. And when I regained consciousness, I was lying in a pool of my own blood. I just had a horrific, tragic motorcycle accident that threatened to take me to my Creator. And with my last thoughts, I asked God to give me just one more chance, because I knew He had called me for a significant purpose, and I hadn't fulfilled that purpose to that point, and I feel I had squandered the opportunity of life. I woke up in a hospital with that second chance. I spent 6 months going through rehabilitation to learn to walk again. I'm standing here before you today, not because of anything more than my obedience. I made an agreement. And my agreement was to be obedient, and where I was told to do is exactly what I'd say, yes, sir, and I would do. Say, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you are an extension of my life's purpose. And my life purpose is to inspire globally by living fully, loving deeply, and leading passionately. It's what I'm doing right now. I'm living my life purpose. I've committed in 2014 I'm not going to do anything that is not congruent with my life purpose. I'll say no to everything else or delegate it to someone else to do. This is what I love to do. I'll be doing this once a month for you. My Dr. Brown and my other doctors will be here every single week gifting you the pearls of wisdom designed to help your families get healthy and well and achieve your visions and your goals. But you've got to do the work. Nobody's going home with you and eat and chew your food for you and swallow it for you. Nobody's going to come and exercise for you. You do not get to get the benefit of the hard work I put in. I can give you the direction, the coaching, and the guidance, and the leadership is up to you to make a decision, to take action so that you can set an example for your children, your grandchildren, your great-great-grandchildren, and break this curse that's going on related to poverty, related to health, short life expectancies, etc., etc. I'm in the business of saving lives. That's what I do. I take this very seriously. This is not pushing on your back so that you can feel better. This is about improving, extending, and saving lives. If you're with that, say amen. Amen. So let's begin. Can I have a clicker? Here it is. Thank you. So these are my advanced goal setting. Here's what I did. I traveled all over the world. I've met and studied under some of the greatest minds of personal development, achieving goals. I want to know, what does the top 1% of people on the planet do? I'm only interested in the rest of the 99% so I can find out what not to do. But it's the top 1%. What are the habits? What are the strategies? What are the infrastructures they put in place that allows them to create such greatness and such impact through their lives? I've committed my life to learning those things, not just for my own benefit so that I can share them for you and even my children. What I'm taking you through today is what I took all of my children through before the New Year's. So if you can listen today, not just for yourself, but for the people you love and how you can help them advance in this, you will learn more yourself. I love the way God created the universe. You can only really master something by teaching it. My daughter up here, Asha, stand up. Asha's her daddy date on Wednesday. One of my children gets to follow me around on Wednesday. So today is her daddy date. And she is the youngest black belt on the continent of Africa, and the youngest tied for the youngest black belt in the world. At 8 years old, she had a black belt in martial arts, and she's done what I'm taking you through today. So if she can do it at however old she is now, surely you can do it, and you can share this with other people. Thank you. Have a seat. See, one of my mentors, Dr. D. Martini, said something that stuck with me. He said, listen, Marcus, if you want to have an impact in your life, you need to have a family vision. And if you want to have an impact in your family, you're going to have a community vision. And if you think you want to have some influence in your community, you're going to have to expand your vision beyond the community and have a Ghana national vision. And for those of you who think you want to have an impact and you're tired of complaining or even hearing yourself complain about Ghana, you're going to need to have a continental vision. And for those of you who want to have an impact on this continent, you've got to have a global vision. And those of you who, like me, think you can change the world, you've got to have an astronomical vision. And it begins by sitting in a quiet room with a pen and paper, doing what most people are afraid to do. Ask questions. Being willing to not have an immediate answer. Do you know that it frightens people to see themselves? Do you know that the quality of your life is always proportionate to the quality of your questions? Let's do that together. The quality of your life is proportionate to the quality of your questions. So if you ask bad questions and get a good answer to a bad question, that's not going to help you. So today I'm going to help you do the hard. You see, life is going to be tough eventually, one or two ways. Either life is going to be tough in the beginning and you make it infinitely easier on you for the rest of your life, or you take the easy path and life will be infinitely tough on you for the rest of your life. Tough is going to happen. The question is whether you want short tough in the beginning so that you can reap the benefits and the fruits of that in the long run, or you want to take the easy route. I'm here to tell you, statistically speaking, what is hard for most people to do is to sit in a room with pen and paper in silence and ask the critical questions. And this begins the process of helping you do that. So let's begin. Real quick. Again, I'm going to try to put 3 or 4 days worth of stuff in 20 minutes. Life can be complicated with lots of distractions. If you can imagine a jigsaw puzzle that you had to put together and it had 10,000 pieces and you needed to put that puzzle together every day of your life, how many of you agree that it'd be very difficult to put that puzzle together in one day, particularly if you don't even know what the puzzle is going to look like when it's finished? Today I need to show you how to take this 10,000 piece puzzle and chunk it down, Robert, to 7 main things. How many?
7 main things.
You see, you can't master everything in life, can you? But how many of you agree, by show of hands, you can master some things? Good. So if you can't master everything, but you can master some things, then why not master the main things? Why not decide what the main things in life are and find a way to master those things? Because typically, if you master those main things, all those other 10,000 pieces that were distractions, they typically go away. You can find fulfillment day to day by simply focusing on mastering the main things. I promise you that. I'm a living testimony of it. So normally we would take at least a half a day to help you decide what the main things are for you. But I'm going to take what most people around the world have collectively said are there are 7 main things. I'm just going to give them to you. Would you like that? Or I should stop here. Is this interesting to anybody? Am I talking too fast? Should I slow down? I don't have time to slow down. All right. So the 7 main things are the following. First is spiritual. Most people agree that they have to find a way to connect and think and contemplate and experience and express their creator. Whatever you call that, however you do that, whatever methods you do that, whatever religion you are. I am not here to tell you what religion to be, but almost all around the world, people say, well, I got to find a way to connect with who created me, what created me. Number 2 is mental capacities. People say, well, I need to expand my mind. I don't want to lose my memory. I need to stretch my comprehension. I need to grow my mind. I don't want to stay stagnant. Like water, stagnant water attracts green, yucky stuff and mosquitoes. Nobody wants that, right? 3, vocational or professional. Obviously, you spend a lot of your time at work. A lot of us men, we tend to get out of balance and we put so much into this that we forget to give any attention to the other main things. Never let the main things get into your blind spots in life. So the first step to make sure you are giving the right attention to your main things is to identify what those main things are in the first place, right? Are we awake?
Yes.
4th is moolah, cash, dividends, greens. They call them all types of stuff. What's the other names for money? Benjamins. Dough. What?
Bread.
L'argent. Bread. Everybody agrees, you know, all of these are main things. Do you know that if you don't have some of this, that you could be neglecting many of these other things because you don't have enough of this?
Yes.
So it's important to balance these things out. And I first came to Ghana, I didn't have a high value on money at all. I had a very altruistic approach. I came to Ghana with a one-way ticket, with a backpack, $1,200, a whole bunch of vision, a lot of youth, and a lot of energy. And I didn't know a single person on this whole continent. I didn't know a Ghanaian, nor even an African on the whole continent. And I showed up at the Kotoka airport 14 years ago, walking around lost. And I had African American. You see the first name that we check on our box is African, but they don't teach us about our African side. I decided to take the gifts that came from slavery and reconnect it with the roots of where I imagined my ancestors came from. Because I've been checking that box off all my life, African American. So I needed to find a way to, what is that African side of the African Americanism? So I showed up here trying to gift and give back my gifts and skills to the people where I thought my ancestors came from. And I say that because I didn't understand that every vision needs provision. That every church still pays ECG. I didn't know that. That NGOs also get charged water bills. I didn't know that. I thought if I just went and served and loved on people, if somehow the bills would take care of themselves. Then I come to realize that, So family, how many of you agree? Raise your hand if family is important to you. Good. Raise your other hand if you don't care about family. How about social and fun? Do you agree with me? Life just can't be so serious. You need to somehow take your little handkerchief on Sunday and twirl it around. You need to go socialize with some of your friends. You just can't be stuck in a bubble. How many of you agree that God never designed you to live in a shell, that you need to get out and interact and socialize with people? Raise your hand if you agree with that. That's the main thing. Having fun is the main thing. One of my goals, I got laughter goals for 2014. I got measurable laughter activity. Because I said 2014 I wanted to be able to laugh more. Last is physical. You can't do anything without this temple. What good is a billionaire in a grave? What good is it to be the richest woman in the graveyard? Some of you are working yourself to death and you won't even be there to even spend the money or enjoy it. And you think your kids are going to be better off for it. They're going to squander it. They're going to fight over your properties. I suggest you find a way to create some balance in these things. I suggest you invest in yourself. I suggest you start budgeting for your chiropractic care. I'm now plugging my business. I'm trying to tell you, you should be budgeting annually. You shouldn't get to the end of your one-year care plan and say, oh, goodness, I'm done. I don't have any money. Oh, you should have been budgeting for the main things. Budgeting for the what?
Main things.
Unless your physical is not a main thing. Unless this temple, you don't need it. If you can do without it and you can just pray without it, then proceed. These are the 7 main things. Here's the secret. Set goals inside of your 7 main things. Let me give you the steps. We're going to be blowing through these real fast. All right. Goals become big when they are tied to your life purpose. I normally take a whole day to help people create, customize their own life purpose. We don't have that time. If you have a life, I told you mine is to inspire globally by living what? Loving and leading. Yeah, so my team, my life purpose, because I want to make sure they don't let me do anything that's outside of that. Everything I do needs to merge with that. That's when time stops. Aging stops. Those of you who want to find the fountain of youth, get inspired. Live through your passion. Find at your age a way to be significant and enjoy and be able to be a contribution. Find what taps into your purpose. I got my finance manager is Norbert over there in the blue shirt. I would never do his job. I would never want to do his job. It's not my passion. For him, it is his passion. So he's aligned with it. Next, everything must come back under one roof. That's why you have the life purpose. Everything must come right back to under that roof. And then there are key steps and components that I'm going to blow through, so you better get ready to write fast. Number 1, step 1 out of 15. There are 15 steps. Okay? Elbow him. His eyes, give him an elbow. He's working hard. Make sure everybody stays awake. They don't want to miss one step because they build on each other. Step 1, take a sheet of paper. Not now, but write just instructions down. You go home and do the homework. Take a piece of paper, Ms. Loco, and write down the 2013 things you like. The things you like out of 2013. What did you like most about last year? What are you most proud of about last year? What achievements and what accomplishments did you have for 2013? If you're proud of those things, chances are you would like to be proud of them again in 2014, right? So let's write those down when you get home. Step 1 out of 15. Are you writing? Step 1 out of 15. Write down the things I liked about my 2013. Got it?
Got it.
When I say got it, the response should be got it. Got it?
Got it.
Step 2. Write down the things you disliked about 2013. What did you dislike most about 2013? What are you disappointed about in your behavior, in your actions in 2013? What in 2013 do you feel you failed in, that you did not achieve or that you did not accomplish? That's going to be important. If you didn't like it in 2013, chances are you're not going to like it in 2014. So why not set some goals to make sure we don't end up unfulfilled at the end of 2014? Why not set life up so that you can make sure you are fulfilled? Say fulfilled. One of my favorite words, feel and full. Step 3, write fast. Take 7 sheets of paper. How many? 7. And label the top of each of those pages with one of the 7 main areas of life. You remember them, right? Spiritual, mental, so on and so forth. You need 7 pages. Write each of those main things on top of each 7 pages, because you're going to put your goals in those pages. So as you set a goal, you're going to ask yourself, which page should it be in? Got it?
Got it.
Can I move on? Yeah. Step 4. You take your likes and your dislikes and turn them into desirable goals for 2014. So I like that I asked my daughter, I said, what did you like about your 2013? She says, our daddy dates. So I said, okay, how do you turn that into a goal? My goal for 2014 is to make sure I have a daddy date once a week. Can you see that? What didn't I like? I didn't like that I didn't save enough money. Spent instead of saving. So now you turn that I didn't save enough money into a goal. My goal for 2014 is to save X amount of money by a certain time. You see how this works? You take your likes and your dislikes and you turn them into goals. Got it?
Got it.
And you put those goals on the appropriate page out of the 7 pages. Got it? I said, got it?
Got it.
If you need me to, I can do this in Tree, Guy, and Evid. But we just don't have time. Step number 5. It was supposed to take other goals that you have in mind. It is not all of the goals that are going to come out your likes and dislikes. Take the other goals and you're going to put them on the appropriate page as well. If you don't have any goals, sit for a little bit of time. I promise you, God is looking for obedient people. He wants to whisper in your ear if you can find enough silence and stop complaining and receive. Ask the right question, you will always get the answer. It's impossible for you not to get the answer. It may take time. The answer may come in ways you didn't never think of, but I can guarantee you it has to come. It's a law. I like teaching laws, not opinions. So you're taking any other goals and you're coming up with more goals and you're putting them on the appropriate 7 pages. Got it? Got it. All right, moving along. We're doing well. Step 6, go back and make sure all of the goals you listed on each page are measurable. Are what? Measurable. Any goal that's not measurable is just a wish. We're not creating a 2014 wish list. This is a 2014 goals list, and goals need and must be measurable. Numbers are the fastest way to make sure you can measure it. My daughter Asha, she said she wanted to make better grades. The words better and more are just wishes. I want to have more money. That's not a goal. That's just a wish. Chances are you're going to not fulfill that. You're going to get to the end of the year and you won't even know if you achieved it or not. So even if you did achieve it, you would not have the emotional reward of achieving it because you didn't define it. Got it? Yes. So in her case, she wanted to have better grades. I said, well, that's not measurable. How will we know if you got better grades? So she went back and looked at her grades for 2013, and she said, I got this number A's, this many B's, and this number C's. So her new goals for 2014 is, I want this many A's, this many B's, and this many C's. That is measurable. Got it? Yes. Relationship goals. You say, well, I want to spend more time with my spouse. More is just a wish. So schedule how much time. I want to go and have lunch with my husband once a week. Once a week. That's measurable. It's calendarable. It's a new word. I just created that. Calendarable. Schedulable. Step number 7. Make each goal have a date. Every goal must have a date. Make sure you set a goal date. When will you set a goal deadline? I don't like the word deadline, so I use the word goal date. Deadline's dead. We want something live, right? So I'm suggesting, if you are new to goal setting, I'm suggesting that you focus on annual goals. Because 2014 is easy to measure. 2014 is easy to measure. That's an annual goal. Okay? So if nothing else, just set an annual goal. But you do need to know when that end of that period is. Got it? Right. I got about 5 minutes. I need everybody stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Everybody stand up. Good, 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 good. Everybody stand up. I see some heavy eyes. We're not done yet, but I just got to wake you up. Okay, everybody twist a little bit. Do not hit the person beside you too hard. Make sure you don't hit the lady beside you in the boob. Okay, and have a seat. Got it. Do you know that motion of the spine recharges the brain? That if you have trouble staying alert and awake during the day, it's because you're not moving enough. It's a body signal that you're not moving well. And if nothing else, in 2014, you need goals for eating well, moving well, thinking well, and keeping the power flowing well. If not, you'll find yourself constantly tired and lethargic. Got it? Yes. So here's a little tip. Set goals that are at least 30 days and no more than a year if you're a beginner. Some of the best goals are quarterly goals. I take my annual goals and then I chunk them into quarters. That's the best way to do it. Step 8, you must, this is where it gets real cool and real fun and real effective. For the rest of these are designed to leverage so that you can accomplish your goals. The rest of these steps are designed so that you can leverage reality to create the highest probability that you will accomplish your goals. Raise your hand if you want to accomplish your goals. Good. I'm holding you accountable to that. When you do this work, what that means for you is fulfillment. Say fulfillment. Fulfillment. So you set rewards. Ideally, if it's a materialistic reward, I suggest you actually go and purchase that up front. But you can't use it. You must sit there and let it stare at you until you accomplish your goal. when I have my students do this, what they do is they go achieve the goal faster. You take a little girl, she wants a bicycle, she sets a big goal, and you put the bicycle in front of her, and every day she has to walk by the bicycle, and she can't ride the bicycle until she achieves her goal. Instead of waiting to the end of the year to start doing the activities, in 1 month's time, she's already achieved the 12-month goal. Leverage behavior. Here's the kicker. The penalty is if you do not achieve the goal, you need to give that goal, to give that gift away, and you need to give it to somebody you don't care much about. I don't want you feeling good about gifting somebody because you failed. You see, I have people, people used to go and strategically give the gift to somebody who would say, oh, thank you so much. And you're like, oh, you're welcome. Not knowing the only reason why they gave the gift is because they failed. So I had to make it a little more leverageable and have you give that gift to somebody you don't care much about. Number 9. You need to set consequences. This one is huge. If you want to achieve your goals, do every step. How many? Every step. Create a list of consequences. You get a separate page and you list out the worst stuff you would not want to do. The worse it is, the better. There's all types of stuff in there. On Fridays, it's my social time when I go meet up with my buddies and my friends, Fridays. I would not want to sacrifice that for a whole month. So on my list of consequences, I have not able to socialize with my buddies for a whole month. Another one is clean my neighbor's gutters. You know the gutter in front? They go and wee in the shower and stuff, and they go and they do all type of stuff, and that green gunk comes out in the gutter in front of you. So on my list of goals is I will go and clean the gutter, not in front of my house, but in front of my neighbor's house. That little green stuff. How about when the sewage builds up into the gutter and the water's not flowing? On my goals list is I must go and dig all of that out of my neighbors, in front of my neighbors' places. Find goals you wouldn't like to do. Things you would have that would be painful for you. I hope you get it. All right. Number 10. Write a sentence or two describing how this goal aligns with your life purpose. Remember, you should not be doing anything that doesn't inspire you. You need to only do what inspires you or find inspiration in what you're doing. Write that down. You need to make a commitment to yourself to only do what inspires you or find inspiration in what you're doing. And if you can't do those two, you need to go find something else to do. Number 11. On each of the 7 pages, prioritize the goal. So you got 7 pages, right? Put those goals in the order of priority. Which one? Ask yourself the question, if you could only achieve one of the goals on this page, which one of these goals would have the biggest impact on the rest of the goals? Got it? And then you ask yourself, if you could achieve just one of these, which second one would you want to achieve? All right, we're almost done. We're on number 12. This is the big one. Please, if my voice is annoying you because I'm talking so high pitched and so fast, please hear this. If you don't do anything else, this particular step is where goals get achieved. Until the goal reaches the calendar, until you see it scheduled in an activity, it's usually not going to happen. I should be able to look at your calendar and tell you whether you're going to be able to achieve your goal or not, based upon the activities you have scheduled. You have what? Scheduled. This is a breakthrough for you. I'm telling you, if I'm taking time to repeat it again, it means it's extremely important. With thousands of people I've coached around the world, I need you to know, if I can also look at your schedule and tell you what goal you could not possibly achieve. Because you just got it in the back of your mind, you want to try to do something. Like, I want to learn how to dance better. I don't dance very well. I don't have a whole lot of coordination. So I didn't grow up dancing much. And Nana, my personal assistant, is a salsa dance teacher. So I've got this goal to dance, but it was just last night I told him, I said, Nana, we've got to actually schedule this now. So until we schedule the activity of practicing, then I'm not going to achieve that goal. Do you understand? I'm going to get to the end of the year, and my 2015 goal will be learn to dance. The calendar is a breakthrough. Star it, circle it, asterisk it, underline it, Robert, whatever you need to do. If you should be able to see the success of the goal in the calendar. And there's some other stuff that I won't have time to give you right now. We'll get that maybe during the questions and answer session. Step 13, engage and leverage common human behavior. You don't have to read all this. I'll give you the summary of it. People hate to be humiliated, and they hate to disappoint other people. Leverage any and all human behavior to achieve your goals. So what you do is, for each of your goals, you decide who is going to be your accountability partner. Your what?
Accountability partner.
And you call that accountability partner up and you say, hey, listen, this year I'm going to learn to dance no matter what. And I've set a goal and a scheduled goal to practice once a week at 7 p.m. at Afrikiko. I need you to call me at the end of each month and hold me accountable for doing the behaviors and activities required to achieve that goal. Also, at the end of the year, if I achieve the goal, I reward I said I would give. Likewise, if I did not achieve that goal, I need you to make sure that I give that gift away to someone I don't care much about. You need an accountability partner. If you could do it alone, you would have done it already. Repeat after me. If I could do it alone, I would have done it already. This universe was not set up for you to operate in a vacuum. Ask for help. Leverage people around you. Are you getting this? All right. Step 14, pro-set. Pro-set just means set the next period's goal while you're setting this one. So in other words, I've set my 2014 goals, and when I achieve my 2014 goals, I've already decided what my 2015 goal would be based upon the assumption that I achieved my 2014 goal. You don't want a gap of time between goals. When you reach a finish line, you should automatically see where the next finish line is. Got it? All right, there's a 15th one. Nana, my assistant, didn't get it in the right place. He didn't understand the instructions very well. There's a 15th one, so write this one down. The 15th step is to go back and make sure your goals are in the first person, past tense. So all of your goals should say, I. For example, I'm going to use one of mine. I want to do, I think it's 101 consecutive push-ups. One of my physical fitness goals, it's under the category of what? Physical, right? Is to be able to do 101, because last year was 100, consecutive push-ups. But the way it's worded in my goals is, I successfully completed 101 consecutive push-ups. And in the calendar, you'll see my morning routine has the behaviors and activities that I need to do to accomplish that. Can you see the full circle coming around now? You got your goals have to come full circle. So the goals must be listed in I. Say I.
I.
You know, two of the most powerful words in the world is I am. Say I am.
I am.
Yes. So I, and then whatever it is your goal is, but put it as if you had already accomplished it. You're planting in your subconscious mind the vision and the idea of already achieving your goals. Got it?
Got it.
You guys have been an amazing audience. We have what you're holding in your hand is some help with some of your physical goals. You take this home and work on it. Goals related to your power flow, pure power. Goals related to your movement, pure movement. Goals related to your breathing, pure air. Goals related to your drug intakes, that's toxins. Drugs. Goals related to water intake, that's pure water. Goals related to weight loss. Goals related to blood pressure. Goals related to cholesterol, sleep time, thought process, oily foods, plant-based. We're trying to help you stimulate the thinking. We're doing the work for you. All you have to do is spend a little time. Schedule the time to sit with yourself in a quiet place, pen and paper, and allow God to speak through you, to create things you could be passionate about, to engage you and your spirit in your life day to day, so that your spirit gets expressed through your calendar. And you can find this place that many people spend lifetimes never finding, called fulfillment. Fulfillment is simply just achieving your destiny and making sure you feel like you have accomplished in your life. And these are the simplest steps that will allow you to do that. Did you want to say something?
No.
So we're about on time, and I want to thank you for your attention. I will be back, I think, in 3 weeks' time. You'll see it posted on the wall. In the meantime, come to this workshop on Wednesdays. Dr. Brown will be giving the next workshop next week, Wednesday. I will probably be here to support him. Thank you. God bless you. We're going to take...
Nothing to fear whenever you're near, 'cause it's perfect when the family's here. The perfect picture in the perfect frame, 'cause without you life would not be the same. You pick me up whenever I'm down. Everything's perfect whenever you're around. You keep me smiling, I'll never frown. Together we're the perfect sound. We are the perfect family. Nothing can tear us down. We are the perfect family. Nothing can tear us down. The perfect family.
The long-lost secret of how to be your perfect family has been uncovered. Come to the Chiropractic Wellness Center and join the perfect family today. CWC, Creating Wellness.